Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. I hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video here on Litecoin. After the news yesterday, I had to make a video on that. I mean, we've covered Litecoin and the potential Litecoin ETF for over a year now, because already with the Bitcoin ETF being accepted, which is over a year ago, we've already talked about, well, what are the most likely next ETFs, and Litecoin is one of them. I mean, Litecoin. If you look at the asset, which we'll do a full analysis, right? So we'll talk about the technicals as well, but I want to start off with the fundamentals a bit because I think it's important for all of us. If you take a look at it, I mean, the volume is actually pretty good. I mean, obviously this is not going to be as successful as the Bitcoin ETF, of course not. But it's pulling in volume of $1.22 billion right now, and overall, I mean, you can see the volume actually peaked at $2.8 billion. That's interesting, and by the way, this was the news. I mean, we've gotten much more Litecoin ETF applications yesterday, so that is also why I wanted to make the video, and why Litecoin has been holding on relatively well technically, but we'll still talk about that a little bit later. And then, I mean, compared to other altcoins, because a lot of altcoins right now are absolutely going down the drain, and Litecoin is actually doing quite well. But then outside of that, we also have some sort of a proof of concept with a Litecoin ETF. But if you take a look at Grayscale actually has a Litecoin private trust, which I will try to, you can see it right here. And they have about $240 million in Litecoin in that trust already. So that means that there's actually an appetite for both trading Litecoin with the volume we see, but also buying and holding Litecoin. And then the key reason why I think this is interesting is that for most crypto assets with potential ETFs, we have to kind of discuss, well, is it possible that this is going to get an ETF, yes or no? I think with Litecoin, the chances are north of 90% that it will be accepted, because technically Litecoin is just very similar to Bitcoin, at least technically. All right, kind of practically it's a bit different, but all right. So yeah, therefore I am actually quite bullish on Litecoin. And then if we take a look at the price action right here, what you can see is that, well, the leverage is actually still pretty calmed down. The leverage at this point of time is at the same levels it was at when the price was lower, right here, but just in general it's not that elevated, which is pretty good. But then what we can see is that both the volume is up 58%, which if you take a look at across the markets, volume is down. So that's great that there's actually this capital inflow going on. And technically, I think we are very bullish. I think the most important level for Litecoin right now is this level right here between 115 and $100. That's historically, that's a very strong key level. And what we've been able to do right now, as you can also see on the daily time frame, is that we broke above that already on Wednesday last week when the markets were quite strong. And since then we've been able to hold that. We've been able to hold that throughout all the volatility. We've been able to hold that with volume. And now I also do think that we have some fundamentals to justify a move up. Now I have to say, if you look at Bitcoin right now, if you think about next week with the FOMC coming up, it's difficult to predict the short-term price action. For example, I would actually say it's quite likely that Litecoin will still pull back into that level around 105 before ultimately finding support, holding this consolidation, and at some point of time going back up to 144 and breaking above that level as well. That is what I expect, all right? But short-term, like I said, it's a bit difficult, and the markets right now are not feeling amazing, which is obviously not a great measurement tactic, just feeling. But still, I mean, there's some fundamentals that are off as well. So I would say short term will still lay low a bit, but I do think we'll get back up to the previous highs at 145, and I do think we'll be able to break above that as well. But I will keep you updated on that. For now, I think that's what you need to know. So if you do have any questions about the Litecoin ETF, anything, let me know. Join the Telegram, join the Discord for free. Hopefully I'll talk to you in there. For now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.